Waste to World of Sports crew, ahoy! How's everybody doing? Who's keen for some 1 a.m. beers? Yes, that's right. This guy. Welcome along. Hope you're all set for what should be a cracker of a game. England versus the Wallabies. The Northern Tour kicks off. We see this pretty much every November. I can't recall the last time that they skipped a November tour. Probably during the COVID era. So not that long ago comparatively. But I digress. Welcome along. Should be a great game. I've got 4 legs, anytime try scorer. I don't usually go 4-leggers for try scorer multis in the rugby union, but I'm feeling lucky tonight. I've got a feeling that this 4-legger is going to come through. So now that I've said that, I've pretty much put the death knell on it. Expect 0 legs to hit. No, I'm only joking, of course. Just mucking around, having a laugh. I'm pretty confident that we will get very, very close to this one. Billy Pollard is in try-scoring form. The Wallabies, they are backing themselves to get to the corner, drive over the line. Maybe that's a little bit of the Brumbies influence coming back into the Wallaby squad. I'm talking about Laurie Fisher, of course. Billy Pollard, I've got a good feeling about it. And, of course, you can't go past Emmanuel Feihiwaboso for England, try-scoring machine. And Max Jorgensen, he came through last time against England. Can he come through again? And Tommy Freeman. It was either, I had a choice between Tommy Freeman and Suaalii. I've got a feeling that the centres, the outside centres, are going to strike tonight. I've lent towards the favourites. England, obviously, very heavy favourites for this game. All right, before I go too far into this pre-game, a couple of things that I have to shout out here. Welcome along to the stands. We have a new channel member. Well, we have 2 channel members, actually. This all happened before the stream started, so we shall acknowledge it now. Now, how do I say this one? Artie Brahm. Artie Brahm. Welcome to the stands, my friend. And, of course, Aussie Johnny Michael, MVPs. He didn't want to just join from the stands. He's gone straight into the MVP role. So, yes, cheers there, Aussie John. And Arbitrum, what did I say? I can't remember. I'll sort your name out when I can see it a little bit clearer. Lazo, ahoy, mate. Geordie, ahoy. How's everybody doing? Gary Johnson, ahoy, mate. We're all bunking in, ready for this one. Now, check this out. I said that I was going to be doing this in the off-season, and I'm going to still build upon it. But here, I've started building the new scoreboard. So for those who have joined quite a few streams, you probably understand I get quite frustrated sometimes when the third-party overlays don't keep up with what's actually happening on our TV screens, right? I've been getting pretty upset about it lately, especially in the rugby union streams. The rugby league stream seems okay. The NRL website API seems to be up to date. But I finally built my own scoreboard. So there you go. That is it there. So I can update the scores manually. Look, let's give Australia a 5 points head start. Obviously, we can't do that. We've got to start even Stevens. So I finally got around to starting it. I'll finish it off in the off season. Oh my God! No wonder that I am boiling in here. Somebody has set my aircon to 24 degrees. Can't have that. Teams coming out on the field. Chat room, do let me know that your picks for this game. I have England winning. Honestly, I've got England winning quite comfortably. Question marks around Tane Edmund. I've got to say, for the Wallabies, geez, is he even the best available right now? I suppose he is the best available right now, but my God, if Tane Edmund is the answer, I don't know what the question was. Let me put it that way. No offense to the young bloke. Jake Gordon at number 9. Yeah, okay. But yeah, the Wallabies, they desperately need to find a halves pairing. As the teams are out on the field, lined up now for the national anthems. Here on Stan Sport, Australian rugby once again missing a trick. This game, I believe, not available on free-to-air television. I could be wrong about that, mind you. Absolutely packed stadium. Aussie John, it's the rugby union time now. England love their rugby union, and it is a full house here at Twickenham. I'll stick with Stan Sport for now, just because I do not know, don't believe that this one's on free-to-air. Absolutely jam-packed house. Rugby union, of course, the more popular sport worldwide. Lazo, you can't sleep, so you thought you'd say ahoy? Well, ahoy there, Laz. There's been a lot of rain about in Brisbane and surrounds, that's for sure. A couple of scattered thunderstorms in my area as the teams continuing the national anthems. England's time now. God save the King. There we go. Let's down that one. And we'll crap open a fresh one. No, thank you. We'll crack open a fresh one. Glad that's working out for you, Aussie John. Yeah, I recently upgraded my Aussie broadband to the from the gigabit connection to the 2 gigabit connection. I am yet to upgrade any of my other gear though. So even though I've upgraded the plan and I'm paying for the 2 gigabit connection, I have yet to upgrade my modem or any of the cables. So I'm still only getting the gigabit speed. So I need to get moving on that. Seems a bit of a waste to be paying for the higher speed that I can't actually get with the gear until I upgrade it. Lewis Moody comes out and presents the ball. What a legend. Now I've got England winning this game quite comfortably, as I said. I think Australia have a weakness in 9 and 10 especially. Alex Mitchell and George Ford will dominate their counterparts. I'll not even say should. They will dominate their counterparts. Jake Gordon, Kane Edmund. Jake Gordon has absolutely nothing to offer other than a box kick. I don't understand the appeal. Happy to be proven wrong, though. Up front, England, Finn Baxter, Jamie George, Joe Hayes against Angus Bell, Billy Pollard, and Taniela Tupou. That's a mint. It's not very often, I believe, that Australia can go over to England and say, okay, we pretty much match it in the forward pack. Jamie George is obviously a far more experienced campaigner than Billy Pollard, but I reckon that's pretty even Stevens in the front row. Maybe a slight nod to England. The locks is where England will be dominant. Maro Itoje and Ollie Chesham versus Nick Frost and Jeremy Williams. Good night. That's advantage England, hands down. Big time advantage. And as I said, 9 and 10, clear dominance to England. So it will be a tough one here for the Wallabies. But can they at least put up a fight? Can they get 2 tries at least? One to Jorgensen and one to Pollard. That'd be nice. Or can they make a complete tit out of me and actually win the game? We're about to find out. Kickoff moments away. An absolutely packed house there at Twickenham. What a sight. And for the Waste of World of Sports, don't forget, 6 o'clock this morning, Brisbane time, The All Blacks taking on Ireland over in Chicago. Looking forward to that one. Can they make me fall over? Probably not. The countdown to kickoff is on. The Wallabies ready. We're just waiting for the signal, waiting for the TV director to give the cue down to the referee and the referee to signal time on. He does, and we're off and running. Australia goes short with the kickoff. They want their hands on the ball immediately, and it's lost forward by Suaalii. The idea was right. The execution was right from the kick. Suaalii just couldn't drag it in. We've got a knock-on advantage nice and early here for England as Itoje provides good protection, and Alex Mitchell can send this one off downfield. The box kick is the go-to, and it lands 10 metres, Wallaby side of halfway, and a great kick chase from Waboso, driving over the top and putting a lot of pressure on the Wallabies here, but they have retained possession. Australia have it. 15 in from touch. About 12 their own side of halfway. Gordon with the box kick, of course. Contestable on halfway, and it's spilt forward by England. And here comes the first scrum of the game. The Wallabies will have the feed, and we will see. I called it in the pregame that there will perhaps be parity, at least in the front rows. Whether there's parity across the scrum as a whole, well, that obviously remains to be seen. But there could be parity here in the front rows. I'm looking forward to this contest. Usually England dominate Australia at scrum time. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. This will determine how wrong or right I've been on that call. If the Wallabies buckle under this first scrum, that sets a very, very bad precedent. As the scrum binds and sets, Wallabies hold firm. Stalemate at that first scrum. That is going to be a great contest now all night long. And the Wallabies go on the attack 40 out from the line. Well, I'm quite pleased about that one of my predictions actually held true in the first scrum anyway. There'll be plenty more of those throughout the course of the night. Edmund throws the ball over the top for Potter. Harry Potter puts the kick in. Needs it to sit up in the field of play. It does. Waboso trapped with it 5 meters out. Wallabies look to drive over the top. Waboso had hands on the ball there for a very long time, but in fairness, he was never really under threat. Penalty here as Pollard. No, it's not Pollard, sorry. It is the number 7, Fraser McWright. Hands on the deck, dragging the ball back illegally. And the first penalty of the game to England. What a reliever. 5 meters out from their own line. And they can clear. That's a nice kick. Up towards halfway. What a kick. From 5 meters out. 10 in from touch. Finding touch just short of halfway. Big let off early. Jamie George with the throw. Lazar, I did look up the Gaelic football, and apparently it doesn't happen anymore. So there you go. As Jamie George hits the target first up, and it was Chesham in the middle. England setting the ball high. Will it be contestable? It's a little too heavy, and an easy take of the back for Redmond, but he's swamped and put on the deck as soon as he catches it. England drive over the top. Tupou goes in illegally, and that's a penalty. Big Taniela Tupou couldn't resist the urge. He's gone in from the side, and England have a chance here for first points. They're going to put it into the corner. They put it into the corner and go. Boy, how rugby union has changed. You always used to take the points. Somewhere along the line, it's all about going for the tries now. England throw to the middle. The rolling maul is set. Chesham pops it out the back. 5 meters out. The Wallabies defense holds on. Mitchell sends the crash ball. They're keeping it in close to the ruck. Keeping it in the tram lines for now. Now Mitchell to Ford. Ford with the kick pass. Over the top for Waboso. Did Australian fullback there, Kellaway, get hands on it and tap it dead? It looks like it might have gone out off Kellaway. He might have got his mitts up there and saved the day. Ford with the kick pass. Yes, it's off Kellaway. That kick was going straight onto the chest of Waboso, and we were about to get our first tick off the multi, and then cheeky Andrew Kellaway gets his hands up there. 5 minutes gone in this opening half. No score, but it's England who now have the ball. We've come back for another line out. George throws to the middle. Australia disrupt, but it falls for George. 7 meters out from the line, in the tram lines again. England, the first opportunity. The referee in standard will be very interesting. Laza. Crash ball is met by Taniela Tupou. Big defense from the Wallabies. Numbers to burn out to the left here for England. Mitchell needs to dig it out quick. He does. They go left. Ford with the short ball. And it's well defended. The Wallabies slide across a number up. But for how much longer can they hold on? Pepper. One out from the ruck. Penalty advantage. Ball spills free. Australia dive on it. And the referee brings them back to the 5 meter line where Jamie George taps and goes quick. England keeping the pressure on. Keeping this at a hectic pace. A pick and go from Chesham. Oh, numbers to the left, and that's where they go. England burrow under. Held up. Brilliant goal line defense from the Wallabies. Joe Hayes, it was, trying to burrow his way under. Now, that was some intense goal line defense there from the visitors. Wallabies, they send this goal line restart deep. Mitchell takes it. Fires it infield there for Stewart. Freddie Stewart heads to the opposite side. Delays the pass for Freeman. It was a hospital ball. And now they don't defend the ruck, and Australia march over the top. Wallabies ball. Hell of a turnover. Poor work there from England. First, it was the hospital ball. Then they don't get numbers to the ruck. Australia with an early shift right. Itoje almost stealing it. Back it goes now. And heading crossfield. Finding some space. Potter with a little bit of magic. Taken on halfway. And then guilty of holding on. Roebuck was over the top. And Harry Potter showing some speed early. Eight minutes gone, no score. Nobody really dominating at this early stage in proceedings. Another good touch finder here for England. As their coach looks on, Steve Borthwick. Hard to get a gauge just at the moment as to what he's thinking. Jamie George again hits the target, uncontested this time. And England immediately send it into midfield. And a good run from Tommy Freeman there. Beats a couple, but a penalty goes to Australia. An illegal entry from one of the English forwards. Didn't get a number, so he's got away with it from me. But straight in from the side for an illegal clearance. And a let-off here for the Wallabies. Both teams guilty of that early on. Kane Edmund finds touch, 5 short of halfway. Joe Schmidt looks concerned. Okay, I couldn't get a read on the England coach. I got a pretty good read there on Joe Schmidt. He looks very concerned. Don't know why, because he is, of course, leaving the job. And Les Kiss will be taking over. Billy Pollard with his first throw of the night. Goes to the middle. Otoje almost gets that big hand up and in the way, but Gordon comes down with it here for, well, he comes away with it. He didn't come down with it, did he? He's the scrum half. Heaven forbid they're in there lifting scrum halves up in the line out. Wallabies ball on halfway, keeping it in tight in midfield. And still tight. Jeremy Williams driven back. Held up off the deck here, Williams. Now he gets to ground. Tupou bends the line and gets the Wallabies into England territory. It's almost box kick time, isn't it? Yes, it is. Jake Gordon with the box kick. Sends this one deep. Potter chasing through. Puts pressure on. It's lost forward by Waboso, is it? No, play on, says the referee. No touch there from England. And they come back down with it just outside their own 22. Now the call is made. Knock on. Well, if it's knocked on, the English player has to be offside. But I guess benefit of the doubt for the referee missing the call completely. Ed Vogel, ahoy, mate. Are we going to turn up, boys? Interesting question. I'm very concerned about the 9 and 10, right? Jake Gordon and Tane Edmund cannot possibly be the best 9-10 combination Australia can put out there. Surely. So we have a scrum. We saw the Wallabies hold firm. There was a stalemate. The first scrum of the game. .22 meters out, just to the left of posts, an attacking opportunity. Can they get Suaalii here with a one-on-one? Big drive here from the Wallabies. The scrum's been impressive. England with the bat down. They come away with it through a Toge, and they might have just missed another one here. Another knock on, maybe missed. England counter-attack now. Freeman onto Stewart. Stewart to Waboso. Waboso on halfway. Now the callers come in, and we're marching all the way back. God, this referee's useless. In fairness, he was kind of obstructed from it, but his assistant on this side definitely should have picked it up. We're coming all the way back for the knock-on. And maybe, just maybe, lucky to get away with a potential deliberate knockdown there. Or are they going to have a look? No, they're going to set the scrum. 12 minutes gone, no score. Don't forget, Waste of World of Sports, we do have coming up after this game. Well, a fair whack after this game as well, in fairness. But we do have coming up Ireland versus the All Blacks. Looking forward to that one. That's always a cracker. So, plays, ahoy. I should imagine because it's indoors, Lazo, that it will go ahead. It would probably just affect the turnout as the scrum collapses. But the ball's out. Play on. Wallabies have it. An inside ball from Suaalii, I believe, there to Potter. And now Valentini crawls forward an extra couple of meters. 10 out here, the Wallabies. Can they produce the first points? Remember, England had a penalty inside Wallabies 22. Knocked back the shot at 3. Could have had the first points of the game. Valentini goes again into midfield now. Tupou. Taken down by Baxter. Slow ruck ball. Wallabies lined up to the left. Edmund. Now wraps around, gets the ball. The double pump is intercepted by Roebuck. Roebuck offloads. And now the kick from Dingwall was an absolute dingbat of a kick. And the Wallabies have it just inside England's territory. Fraser Dingwall. That was a nothing kick. Yes, Les Kiss will be taking over as the Wallabies coach, I do believe. Box kick from Jake Gordon. You can't believe it. He never does those. Suaalii, he competes in the air against Freddie Stewart. And Freddie Stewart is under the pump with this high ball so far tonight. They've put 3 up, have the Wallabies. And 2 have been very, very scrappy. So Freddie Stewart, it seems like they might have found a weakness there. They're just checking who that was off last. Seems like it was knocked on by Suaalii into touch, and it is. Jamie George will have the throw. 15 minutes gone, no score. George hits the target, rolling maul set. The ball comes out now. The Wallabies defense is up to the task at the moment. Trapped inside their own 22 here, England. Mitchell sets up the exit. Kicks from the base of the ruck, sends it up towards halfway. Moving forward is Edmund. Edmund met as soon as he hits the deck. England look to drive over the top, but Gordon gets it out. And Angus Bell sets up another ruck as they head infield now. Valentini. 15 and a half gone, no score. Staying down the short side. Playing in the tram lines. Gordon with the box kick. Yes, he sends it high. Pressure on Stewart again. Potter chases through. Stewart bats it back for Ford. Ford sees space out on the left, and that's exactly where England go. They've got a 2-on-1 with Jorgensen here. Oh, Freeman dummies and is taken down from behind. 40 metres out, but on the attack, they've lost the ball cold. Valentini toes it through, and they'll come back for the knock-on. Raising his hand in acknowledgement that the mistake was made there. Couldn't quite see who it was. But England, they had a 2-on-1. They needed to give it. Dummied. And didn't sell the dummy. Jorgensen didn't fall. $16 and a half gone, no score. A tense game, this one. Wallabies are in the fight. 10 metres short of halfway. They have the feed. This is a better drive from England, but it now collapses. There has indeed been a certain parity at scrum time. Connor Crowley, ahoy mate. Ireland versus All Blacks coming up after this one. Gordon with the box kick. Sends it down to Waboso. Waboso gets away from the kick chase. Steps off the left and goes straight through. Up over halfway. Waboso needs support, but the only support was Fraser McWright, and he's passed it straight to him. Now the Wallabies can counter. From their own 40, Kellaway's dropped like a sack of potatoes. Tupou out the back to Edmund. Edmund to McWright, who started this thing, or Wilson it is, sorry. McWright's one further out. Kickers charge down. The box kick from Gordon. Charged down by Atoji. Balls for Australia. Some slick hands now. Suaalii. But it takes an eternity to get over there to Harry Potter. And Potter will kick downfield. Taken at the back by Stewart. Stewart gives it off to Mitchell. And Mitchell runs up to halfway before he puts it high. Stewart chasing through. Well taken by Tane Edmund at the back. Now a penalty advantage to England. Right out in front. Waiting for an explanation from the referee as to what that was for. Tane Edmund won the battle in the air. Holding on is the call. But the threat of Waboso on the counter-attack. The Saxon 2266. Ahoy there, mates. Oh, he's lost it anyway, has Tane Edmund. He lost the ball, and then he put his ass on top of it so that England couldn't get to it. Now they'll take the 3 here, surely, England. 19 minutes gone, no score. Points look like they're going to be at a premium. This is right out in front, and they surely take the 3. Yes, George Ford. He's going to have a crack. 19 and a half gone, and we will see our first points. He won't miss this. Just a smidge to the right of the post, about 25 meters out. Oh, God, I thought he was about to miss it. It was hooking. The ball was hooking. It was bending right. But it goes through, and England lead 3 points to 0, and I need to remember, I'm updating the scoreboard myself tonight. I nearly forgot. I had a feeling that would happen. A quarter of the way through this contest, and the home side leads by a penalty goal. The restart goes to Dingwall. And England set this up just outside their 22. Now the thing that we have to wait for to update is the summary. Because I'm still using a third party for this. Well taken here from England off the high ball and racing away. Untouched under the sticks is Ben Earl. From the kickoff, England, they set up on their 22. They put a box kick up. It was contestable. They won the battle in the air. I do believe it was Freddie Stewart. Here we go. Here's the replay. Alex Mitchell with the box kick. Flying through there was Stewart. And they got the ball to Ben Earl. Not the fastest man on the pitch, but fast enough. The number 8 outpacing the number 10. And England strike. And from right in front, you would think this will be an easy conversion for George Ford. So easy, I'm going to put it up already. He's right in front. He won't miss. And suddenly, England lead this 10 points to 0. Boy, this could really open up now. The Wallabies have got to be so careful. And, yeah, this is going to be a... Yeah, that's going to be a problem now, isn't it? My scoreboard's up there. You know what? I'm just going to go back to... I'm just going to go back to this screen. I'll just call the game from this screen. I'll tell you who has scored the tries. George Ford has kicked a penalty goal, and then Ben Earl scored the first try. Also converted by George Ford as Mitchell with the box kick. England win in the air again. But this time it falls loose for the Wallabies. Tupou. Dummies. And Big Ten-Yellow Tupou goes through. Brought down from behind by Earl inside the 22. Penalty advantage now for no clear release from the tackler. And Australia can build. Edmund. Oh, Pasami bobbles the ball. 22 metres out in midfield. Somebody's down in back play for the Wallabies. Gordon sends it left for Edmund. Very flat-footed here, the Wallaby attack. And we've got time off. We come back for the penalty, and we'll have time off here for the injured player. 23 minutes gone. England up 10 points to 0. All right, let's see if this thing's updated. No, it hasn't. Oh, boy. I can't win, can I? JC Smoke, ahoy, mate. England put the penalty goal over from the ensuing play. After the kickoff, they then put 7 more points on. It's all right. Next year, I will have completely my own setup. I've already done the scoreboard. As you can see, do we like my scoreboard? I actually think it looks better than the third-party overlays I was using, to be perfectly honest. The scores are up nice and big. Remember, they used to be kind of tiny comparatively. I like the way that the team logos sort of blend in behind the color on the thing. I like it better. I've got to work on the rest of the stuff now. As Australia, fine touch from the penalty. 5 meters out. Oh, 5 meters out. Come on. Rolling maul. Billy Pollard, you're up, sir. This man. He's up. He throws to the middle. Ball is secured. That is step number 1 complete. Billy Pollard controls it at the back. Can Australia get some march forward? England look to have defended this very, very well. Gordon's in there to dig it out now as it collapses 5 meters out. Edmund onto Suaalii. Suaalii, 5 out. Gordon now back down the left edge. Wilson lays it back. Tupou down the tram lines. Looks to put the fend on. Very close to the touchline. Manages to lay it back in field. Gordon to Pasami. Pasami lays it back. 6 phases now for the Wallabies. Probably the most they've gone through all games so far. Valentini with the pick and go. 7 meters out. Keeping it in nice and tight. Atoje's in over the top of this one. Penalty advantage, Australia. Breaking away off the back of the ruck and falling short. Oh, please don't tell me that was Billy Pollard. He was so close. I feel like it might have been. That might have been our boy. Oh, it was too. The Wallabies put this one into touch. It was our boy, Billy Pollard, with the pick and go. So close. 5 meter line out throw. He's got a chance again now. Pollard. Can he get the throw right? Yes, they go to the front uncontested. Rolling maul is set a little better this time. Look for that ball to get out. No, it collapses. It's all a big mess. Falls down all over itself. And England will get the scrum. The maul collapses all over the top of itself. There was no way out for that ball. Oh, we got some blood gushing out of the head of Underhill. He probably got stepped on in there somewhere. You can't fall to the ground there in a ruck situation, or a maul rather, and not expect a cleat to the face. Unintentional, of course. Five-meter scrum here for England. Oh, there we go. We've updated. Kind of. It's updated a little bit. Oh, that's listing bonus. What do bonus points matter in this one anyway? And a free kick here for England. Early drive from the Wallabies. And once again, England 5 meters out. The Wallabies ill-disciplined. George Ford kicks deep. Sends it 10 short of halfway, but it will be a Wallabies line-out throw on account of it just being a short arm and not the full penalty. So there we go. That has updated at last. Pollard with the throw. Goes to the front. Wilson taps it down for Gordon. Gordon to Edmund. Cut out pass. Pasami spills it backwards as he looks to pass quickly. And the Wallabies have lost about 20 meters here. England look to drive over the top. but the ball's still secure there for the Wallabies at the back. That was messy. Now Jorgensen's in there at first receiver. Wraps around with Suaalii. Sends it out to Wilson, who's standing on the wing. Wilson puts the big left boot to it. Holy hell, what a kick from Wilson. Harry Wilson comes very, very close to a 50-22. And he is so determined that they have a look at this because he's kicked it from well inside the 50. Oh, and it finds... Oh, this is going to be very close. Harry Wilson might have just pulled off a 50-22. Glenn Woods, ahoy, mate. I'm sure that they will have a closer look at this. Sorry, I just spiked my microphone. I'm sure they'll have a closer look at this. Okay, they've had a look, and it's very, very close, but not quite. Imagine a number 8 pulling off a 50-22. As we got another man down in back play. Oh, that would be Underhill getting stitched up. We saw Underhill come away from that collapsed maul earlier, and he had blood gushing out. They're now finally getting that stitched up. 29 minutes gone, 10 points to 0, the home side lead. So I have to remember that I've ditched the third-party overlay for the scoreboard, and I'm doing it myself. So if at any point I forget to update the scores, just give me a shout. As England secure the line-out ball. And what a run from Ben Earl in midfield. He's having a blinder. Mitchell with the box kick. Sends it up over halfway. Not contestable. Easy take at the back for Edmund. I don't know why he jumped. He really didn't need to. Gives it to Kellaway. Kellaway tackled just short of halfway. Kellaway's been very quiet here tonight, and Wilson spills it. Harry Wilson knocks it on after that glorious near 50-20 that he nearly pulled out of his, rear, shall we say. He's come up with a god-awful mistake. Just shy of halfway, gifting the ball back to England. I'll tell you who's been invisible tonight. Kellaway, Fraser McWright. I've only seen Fraser McWright once, and that was him giving away a penalty very early on with hands in the ruck. Scrum down on halfway, or just over. This is just inside Wallaby territory. They bind. And set. Mitchell feeds. Big shove here from the Wallabies. The scrum wheels, but the ball's out. Mitchell goes left here. Ford on to Stewart. Stewart gives to Freeman. Freeman tackled 15 out. Ford now with front football to Earl. Ben Earl for a double. Ben Earl is held up over the line. You can't believe it. Benjamin Earl thought he had a double. Was rampaging towards the line, the big number 8. And it's Harry Potter who gets himself underneath. Harry Potter, of all people. What a try saver. Wallabies with the goal line dropout. They send it deep up to halfway. Taken by Ford. And they're going straight back to that left edge. Why not? But now straightening is Dingbat. Dingwall, sorry. Dingbat, I'm going to call him, though. Is England reset and go again. Ford with the crossfield kick. Here, looking for Roebuck. Roebuck makes contact with the player in the air. Oh, there was nothing malicious about it, but you've got to be so careful. Free kick given to Harry Potter anyway, and the Wallabies. Potter bends this one into touch, 10 short of halfway. 8 minutes to go until the halftime break. The Wallabies have not really looked like scoring outside of, it was Pollard which would have been great for my same game multi. Jamie George goes again. They've been secure at line-out time. And again, Atoje bats it straight down. And into midfield is Ben Earl, that man again. Mitchell sends it left. They've had so much success down here. Why not? That's a forward pass. Well, play on, says the... Well, why not? Who cares about rules anymore? Waboso lays it back. I thought that this was just a problem with rugby league, but apparently it's a problem with union as well. There's no such thing as forward passes anymore. Quick hands here for Stewart. Stewart straightens, takes it inside the 22. England going from edge to edge, stretching the Wallabies. Mitchell now back into midfield. They're 5 meters out here, England. 6 phases. George to Dingbat. Intercept! And Potter's away. Harry Potter looks up. Nobody's in front of him. And Harry Potter will go the distance. That's the big turnaround here for Australia that they needed. He's saving tries. Now he's scoring them. Completely against the run of play. Harry Potter goes 95 meters to score beside the post. 10 points to 5, conversion to come. Will that be the momentum shifter? If he doesn't take that, England are in the corner. He's watching himself on the big screen. Well, in fairness, he's probably not watching himself. He was having a look up on the big screen to see if anyone was close to him as they were giving chase. Tane Edmonds steps up, pops this conversion over, and it's 10 points to 7. And look at how quick that scoreboard updated. You'll be waiting a while to see Harry Potter pop up on the game summary, just so you're aware. Oh, you could see him planted there. Planted there, waiting. And he got the pass exactly as he was expecting it. England very slow here to get back into position here for the restart. The Saxon says Harry Potter should rename his name, change his name to Clint Eastwood. Five minutes to go until the halftime break. England get us back underway. The kickoff is deep into the 22, taken by Williams. And Jeremy Williams lays it back. Here's Edmund. A little chip over the top. Suaalii chasing through. It beats England. It sits up for Fraser McWright. McWright spills it. And a knock-on advantage. Well, we'll come back for the scrum. Forward from White first. Double knock-on. And Australia will get the scrum. Kane Edmund found some space in behind England's defence. And Suaalii charging through. Struggling to see where the knock-on is from White. But Alex Mitchell did play the ball on the ground there. So now that's been overturned. Yes. Well, this referee's an absolute shambles. Let's be honest. He has been really, really bad. The things that he's missed that the TMO's got involved and had to overturn, really poor. Ooh. 3 minutes to go until the halftime break. Big scrum this one. Mitchell feeds. England look to get the second shove on, but Australia have been very, very firm here at scrum time. And now in midfield, beware the lifting tackle. Dingbat lays it back. Big defense from Tupou. He runs straight over the top of Jamie George. That is what you call attacking defense. And England come up with the spilt ball in contact. This is aggressive defense from the Wallabies. And Australia will get the scrum. Big time defensive pressure coming through. Boy, oh boy. England. They were on top early. Wallabies starting to bring the fight to them. We've got a game on our hands here, and unfortunately, it looks like, well, I did say I had such a good feeling about this multi, you could pretty much be guaranteed that it's not going to hit. And we're going into halftime with 0 legs, it looks like. Jorgensen's the other one. Jorgensen's the other one who's been completely absent tonight. We've seen Fraser McWright twice now. First time he gave away a ruck penalty, and then he knocked that ball on. They came back for the scrum anyway. Who is the ref? Great question. Who is this ref? Because he is atrocious. Is it going to tell me here in the lineups? No. I did see some match details. Is it going to tell me there? No. And we've got a free kick now to the Wallabies. They go quickly. Posami to Edmund. Edmund holds onto the ball, and he's rocked in the tackle by Sam Underhill. Gordon now into midfield as Australia look to rebuild here. A couple of minutes to go till the halftime break. Potter almost on the outside. Gives it back on the inside. England pick up the loose ball and kick. It's a foot race now. Chasing through is Roebuck. And Jeremy Williams gets those big legs pumping and grounds the ball in goal. Nika Amashukeli. Nika Amashukeli is the referee. There you go. Nika Amashukeli. Three seconds to go here until the halftime siren sounds, but there will be time for this goal line dropout. Tane Edmund will have to kick it. And he keeps it low and flat. Looks for touch, but it's been picked up by Jamie George. Jamie George has it a metre short. Plucks it out of the air, the big man. It falls on Australia's side of the ruck. They secure the turnover and clear to touch. Wow. That one very nearly didn't work out for the Wallabies. And look at this. I could update this to say halftime as well. Half time. I don't know why it... Okay. I've obviously still got work to do here with the scoreboard. It shifted it. All right. It is, though, halftime here. 10 points to 7, England. Well, what a half it was. England were on top early. Didn't really come away with any points. And when I say on top, I mean they spent large parts of the opening half down in, or the opening quarter, rather, down in the Wallabies territory. Wallabies started to fight back. There was a little bit of a stalemate then for the duration of the half. England got the penalty goal and then a very quick try immediately after. And it looked like England were well on top and maybe the floodgates would have opened. But no, Australia held on. Harry Potter against the run of play, the intercept try. 95 metres he ran to score. And from there on in, we've had stalemate situation again. 10 points to 7 at the break. England lead. 0 ticks off the multi. Well, didn't I say that would happen? I talked it up too much in the pregame. I said, no, I've talked it up too much now. That's the death knell. Waste to Water Sports, halftime here. I am going to have a quick break. We'll be ready for the second half after this. And, of course, coming up in a few hours' time, Ireland versus the All Blacks. I'm looking forward to that one. Cheers. Be right back. Yes. Halftime here, 10 points to 7. England just holding on to the lead here against Australia at the break. And yeah, as you can see, maybe if I just typed too much, mate. What if I put it as halftime like that? Nope, it hasn't fixed it. That's really bizarre. It just completely shifted my whole scoreboard. So obviously, I've got some kinks to work out here as I have shifted to my own manual updating scoreboard. Put HT. Yeah, let's see what that does. Whoa, it shifted it back the other way. Better, though. Better. Definitely better. A try to Benel, a try to Harry Potter. Just the penalty goal, the difference between the two teams. Aussie John, I need to upgrade my router. Because at the moment, my router is locked to, like the type of router that I've got is locked to the gigabit speed. And I also need to upgrade my cables. So the cables that run under the house and through the walls from the server room into the studio and whatnot. Yeah, I've got to upgrade those because the cables I'm running can only handle the gigabit speed as well. So, yeah, there's a fair bit that you have to think about that I obviously didn't think about when I upgraded. And yeah, so I'm not getting the full advantage of what I'm paying for just yet. But it's okay. When I'm back from Melbourne, it's kind of like the second or third thing on my list of things to do. So it'll be all right. It'll be all good. 10 points to 7 at the break. 0 ticks off the multi. Oh, well, I'll make up for it in the All Blacks Island game that we will be covering here on the Waste to World of Sports. So, yeah, do feel free to come and check that out as well. Oh, absolutely, Aussie John, yeah. Nailing the full speed at the gigabit connection. Waste to World of Sports, if this is your first time here, do feel free to sing out in the chat. Give me an ahoy or a cheers. We do like the interactivity, especially during the halftime break and pre-game, post-game. We do love the banter. We love the chit-chat. And if you are enjoying your time here, hanging out and partying with us at the Waste of World of Sports, do feel free also to hit like and subscribe, because apparently that's the thing that people do on YouTube. So there you go. Cheers. All right, enough self-promotion. England are in for a fight here in this one. They were very short-priced favourites with the bookmakers. I had a feeling that maybe... Well, I didn't... Actually, I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't check what the line was. The Wallabies to cover the line was probably the smart money bet. Got a full 40 minutes to go, though. Some questions still remain over this Wallaby squad. I, for one, am not at all sold on the 9-10 combination. Jake Gordon and Tane Edmund cannot possibly be the 9 and 10 combination moving forward, surely. I understand that there's some players unavailable and everything right now through injury and whatnot, but yeah. Is Tane Edmund really the best available? Maxi Jorgensen needs to get his hands on the ball. He's been very quiet tonight. Kellaway. Now, here's been an interesting tactic. Kellaway's playing fullback, right? But Tane Edmund has been dropping back and taking the high balls. Don't quite understand that. It's kind of part and parcel with being a fullback that you are also expected to do the high ball coverage. So that's been an interesting tactic that the Wallabies have been using. It's been quite noticeable on a few occasions, though. Tane Edmund dropping back and being the one under that high ball, or getting back and being the one receiving the box kick clearances from England. An unusual tactic there. Pasami's been very well contained. Hunter Pasami. Suaalii, pretty much non-existent. Harry Potter's really the only one of the Australian backs that's doing anything. And without his intercept, take that away, it's 10-0 and England looking very comfortable. Yeah, the more I think about how that first half went, not a lot of the Wallabies players are really putting their hands up at the moment. We'll see what the second half brings, I suppose. What I need is some try scorers, right? Give me some try scorers. Give me some ticks off the multi. That'd be fantastic. Aussie John, a scammer from India, called you, and you told him that your cousin Bob, serving in Dubai, gave me authority to speak on his behalf. Speaking of scammers, one of the YouTube channels that I really enjoy, because I don't have the time really to check out a lot of other channels. But one that I really do enjoy is Kitboga. 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 And what he does is he dedicates his time to wasting the time of scammers. And he pretends to be all these different characters. He pretends to be little old ladies and things like that. Targets for these scamming operations, and yeah, he just wastes their time. It's his job essentially. So he YouTubes his work. It's quite funny. They're trying to sell you a plan upgrade for your home energy plan. Yeah, you gotta love those. Gotta love those. All right. We've got to be getting pretty close here to the second half. Yes, looks like 20 seconds away. Excellent. Ireland versus the All Blacks coming up in about 4 hours. Looking forward to that. Oh, Geordie with the $2 super chat. Hang on, let me put that on the screen. Cheers, Geordie. No, I understand that. I figured that was probably the case, Aussie John. It's an interesting ploy. Wastewater Sports, of course. I'll be in Melbourne this time next week. I'll be in Melbourne. Come and party if you're in Melbourne. You can find me at Ballers Clubhouse for a couple of hours at least. And we've also got the Big Bash Cricket. Big Bash Cricket starting up again. Teams are out now for the second half here. England leading 10 points to 7. It's game on. 3 points the difference. This one could still absolutely go either way. Kotso says Australia going to win this match. They tend to have better second halves. We will find out because second half is off and running. England with the kickoff. They send it into the 22 and it's been claimed by the Wallabies. Gordon wants another ruck set up. He gives it to Wilson. Wilson's got support there from McWright. Now Big Tupou gets in. Told to use it. Gordon with the box kicker. Toje goes for the charge. But it's clear upfield and into touch it goes. 10 short of halfway. England will get the line out throw and they can go on the attack. A solid enough exit though for the Wallabies. Jamie George with the throw. Goes to the middle and Australia steal. Williams with the pilfer. Edmund now sends it a big cutout pass out to the left. Suaalii from a standing start is held up on the 22. Staying on the short side. Angus Bell lays it back. They're still inside the 22. Valentini from a standing start. Losing a few meters. Oh, yes, second half. I told you I'd forget to do something. Gordon with the box kick. And he sends it straight into touch. Not a lot of distance made. There we go. Look at that. It shifted the score. Hang on. I think I can fix that by just either taking some space off or creating some extra space. Okay, I needed to create some extra space. Andrew Roy, ahoy there, mate. Welcome along. Oh, God, I made that worse. This is the first time, actually, we've got a manual scoreboard set up, so yeah, it seems to be going well. As England throw to the line out and they spill it forward. No call from the officials. Australia, with aggressive defence, march them towards the sideline. It's still there for England, though. This referee has been missing a lot. That ball was tapped down off the top of the line out, surely forward. But anyway, it's England's ball on halfway. Tupou drives through. The ball spills out the side of the ruck. Referee waves his arms up in the air and says, play on. The kick from Valentini down. And Stewart beats the kick chasers. Hell of a kick return there from Freddie Stewart. But that's a loose pass that bounces up kindly for Dingwall. And Dingwall clears. Taken by Edmund. I would say Dom Mitchell, who's playing the better game. I think at the moment, they're both going as bad as each other. It's been a very scrappy start to the second half, although the second half is only 3 minutes old. No look pass from Tupou, back for Pasami. Well read by the England defence. Australia have it 5 short of halfway. Fraser McWright. Down the tram lines and up to the halfway he goes. Wilson, driven back. Dingbat's just what I'll call him when he makes mistakes. Edmund on the wraparound. Gives it to Potter. Potter offloads to McWright. And up over halfway go the Wallabies. England drive over the top. The Wallabies don't have numbers there at ruck time. And England just walks straight over the top and win the penalty. Oh, that's really poor. England have just marched straight over the top of the ball. The Wallabies just not getting numbers there to the breakdown. But I swear to God, the referee has lost all control of this game. George Ford bangs this into touch inside the 22. And England can go on the attack. Ireland versus the All Blacks coming up. Looking forward to that. Jamie George with the line-out throw. The last one was Pilford. This time it's secure. And Pepper gives it back. George goes to Roebuck. England set up inside the 22. Atoje with the pick and go. And now Chesham. 15 metres out. They're heading back towards the post from that right touchline. Australia have hands on it. Fraser McWright for the first time tonight. Hands on the ball. England holding on, and that is a penalty, Wallabies. McWright's first steal of the night, and what a big one it was. Just looking off the pace. Lots of hands on hips. We're only 5.5 minutes into the second half. But the Wallabies, yeah, just looking a little gassed. Alatoa onto the field. As Big Taniela Tupou waddles off for a rest. Australia win the line-out ball. And into midfield they go. Back to Edmund to clear. Edmund puts the kick up. It's going to land on halfway. Contestable ball lost forward by Jorgensen. No call from the referee. Well, of course. Well, why would there be? Why would the referee have seen a knock on? He hasn't all night long, so why start now? No harm done, though, as England still have possession. 10 short of halfway. Oh, this referee has been atrocious. Mitchell sends the box kick up. A contestable ball. Going to land just the Wallaby side of halfway, and Kellaway comes down with it. He got a good lot of protection there from the other Wallabies defenders. And maybe a bit lucky to not give away a penalty. Alatoa with the pop ball. Valentini goes straight through. Gives it early. Back inside there for Pollard. And Pollard's chopped down by Freddie Stewart. Needed to keep that a little longer, I think. Cut out pass now for Pasami. Pasami with the in and away. And he's taken just shy of the touchline. Edmund is held up off the deck and they force him towards the sideline. He gets to ground. Wilson beats Atoje as Atoje slips. Gordon with the dummy, having a snipe around the ruck for the first time tonight. Suaalii with the pick and go. And a penalty to England. The clean-out was illegal. 7 minutes gone in this second half. What a ball here from Alatoa. Putting Valentini through a big gap. But ill discipline again. Well, he was probably in touch as well, Pasami, which was missed by the officials, believe it or not. And I think they might be having a closer look at this. The clean out on Sam Underhill. I mean, I've seen worse, but it was pretty reckless. And I'm not sure. They might have a closer look at that. We'll see. Glenn Woods says Walsh got 10 in the bin a little while ago. There you go. He never would have got that. I mean, I obviously didn't see what happened. I'm watching this game, but I can guarantee you he wouldn't have got that in Australia. Protected species over here, that little bloke. So, 7.5 minutes gone here in the second half. No change to the score. And we've got some injury stoppages. Both teams with a player down. England look to roll out the changes. Warming up on the sidelines. Some of the big boppers. Pollock. He stands out a mile away. Okay, so penalty here to England as time is back on for an illegal clean-out. George Ford sends this one into touch just short of halfway. Eight minutes gone in the second half, 10 points to 7, a low-scoring game. Jamie George goes to the middle again. Australia compete, but England have it. And some nice footwork takes them up over halfway. Holte uses it. Mitchell has it at the back, sends the box kick up. England, the backs are chasing through. Big Jamie George is chasing through as well. It's taken by the Wallabies, though, just outside their 22. Gordon digs it out. Oh, and an unexpected receiver there. The ball's knocked free by Atoje, but a penalty to the Wallabies. Wow. The Wallabies putting themselves under immense pressure there. Gordon gives the pass. The receiver was not expecting it. The ball is jolted free from the hit by Itoje. And Australia get a relieving penalty here. Finding touch on the 40, 10 short of the halfway line. Australia with the throw. All the play at the moment's over on that left far side of the field. Pollock ready to come on. Pollard throws to the back, and it's secure for the Wallabies. Well taken, Nick Frost. Again, Nick Frost has been very quiet tonight. There's been a few names here for the Wallabies that I haven't said a fair bit. Players that you would expect to get their hands on the ball a lot. Edmund with the cutout pass to Fraser. McWright goes back in field for Suaalii. As Australia playing down the short side. Edmund now organising the troops. Quick hands from Wilson onto Valentini. But England's defence in the midfield. Pristine. Alatoa out the back now. Suaalii with the Harbour Bridge ball for McWright. Again standing on that left wing. He's having a big rest out there, Fraser McWright. Now he's getting into the, well, pretending to get into the hard stuff. He's been really off the pace, though, tonight, Fraser McWright. Usually one of my favourite players. Oh, now this will be an interesting call. Was Freddie Stewart taken in the end? No, says the referee. England have it, though. Counter-attack is on. Waboso in open space. Gives the ball off here for Freeman. Freeman angles back in field. Wallabies race up quickly out of the line, and they heard the footsteps. England come up with the spilt ball. McWright with the cutout pass for Jorgensen. Jorgensen grubbers in behind Freeman. Freeman taps it back. And George Ford's there, but the Wallabies could march over the top. Penalty for sealing off. It goes to the Wallabies. England seal off illegally. And here's an opportunity, if they want, to try and level the scores. Jamie Pearce says Aussie locks have been quiet. Oh, they're putting it into the corner. Aussie locks have been quiet, Jamie, indeed. Yeah, very noticeable. Nick Frost, Jeremy Williams, Max Jorgensen. That's the first time I think I've said Jorgensen's name in commentary. A few players here from the Wallabies who have been really, really quiet. Everest says England got this one. Well, here they go. England have to defend as Pollard with an attacking line out inside the 22. Goes to the back. Itoje can't quite get up there. McWright receives it. Into midfield. Paisami bends the line. 15 out now. Valentini onto Wilson. Wilson pops it back. It's loose out the back of the ruck. Pollard scoops it up. But England are all over him. Fraser McWright now down the short side. Driven back in the tackle. And they've lost a few meters here, the Wallabies. They reset and go again. Alatoa. Gordon with no options. Eventually, he gets the pass away. England now drive through and turn it over. Penalty to England. It's Pollock. As Australia hold on in the ruck again. And they just look completely off the pace here. They're having 1, 2, 3 good phases, and then they just fall apart, not getting numbers to the breakdown, not committing. George Ford finds touch on halfway. What a clearance. The Wallabies have had their chances. That a little bit of rain, it looks like. Maybe a little bit of a sprinkle. Very, very light rainfall. England secure the line-out ball here on halfway. Rolling maul set. They've got it at the back. Wilson's gone to ground. The maul collapses over the top of him. Penalty advantage, England. They put the kick up, and we come back for the penalty as Australia take the high ball. That maul's been dragged down illegally. 53.5 minutes gone. England have weathered the storm. They can now go on the attack themselves. George Ford will put this into the 22, you would think. And he does just that. And an attacking line-out throw incoming. The Wallabies under the pump. Big moments in the game. Big moments in this test. England go to the front, secure the ball. Mitchell sends it out here for Freeman. Freeman's held up, but they drive forward. Down the short side. Mitchell to Pollock. Pollock takes the line on. Down the short side again. The pass goes out the back and into touch. Well, they've cocked that one up, England. Line out throw for the Wallabies. Execution from both teams. Off the boil at the moment. Geordie with the super chat to let us know that Australia retain the Ashes. There you go. Cheers, Geordie, for the super chat. Pollard with the throw here. Defensive line out for the Wallabies. They go to the middle. England look to pilfer. Mitchell spills it forward. Valentini will ground it in goal. So they'll get a choice here. The Wallabies, what do they want? Scrum? Probably take the scrum. .55.5 gone. And it will be scrummed down to the Wallabies as we have an injury stoppage. So did they give Reece Walsh man of the match? Because he's the little golden boy at the moment. So I'm just wondering if they gave him the man of the match since he gets given everything at the moment. GR Baden, ahoy mate. Over there on Twitch. Welcome along as this defensive scrum here for the Wallabies. 5 out from their own line. And we have a reset. Both teams with early engagement. .56 minutes gone, and still no change to that halftime score. So it looks like Pollock's come on at number 8, Jamie. At least he's packing down in the scrum at 8. Because Underhill's come off as well. So, yeah, Underhill and Ben Earl have both come off. Pollock packed down at number 8 there, though. As we have another scrum. Lost forward by England. And another scrum to pack down. Glenn Woods says that the plumber was very ordinary tonight. Well, that doesn't mean anything. They still give him all the praise, don't they? I think he was very ordinary for most of the season, but apparently the sun shines square out of his asshole, and I just didn't realize it. But I digress. Scrum down, Wallabies feet. Solid foundation. Gordon digs it out, gives it to Edmund. Edmund from 5 out, clears upfield, and he's going to find touch just shy of halfway. That is a hell of a clearance. 57 minutes gone. So we've still got 23 to play. And that is probably Edmund's best play of the night. England will have the line-out throw, though. Still in Australia's half. Itoje down to Mitchell. Mitchell sends it into midfield, and the ruck is formed here. Big defense from Valentini. Mitchell goes for the box kick, sends it in over the top. Freeman chasing. Taken by Edmund just outside the 22, and he links up with Kellaway. Kellaway bumps off the referee. The Wallabies now down the short side for Wilson. Nicely taken around the legs there by Chesham. Wallabies maintain the ball. Gordon setting up his exit here. The box kick goes high. Potter's chasing through to put pressure on. Oh, and he's taken Stewart in the air there, surely. No call from the referee. Chorus of boos there from the home fans, and understandable, as Mitchell now returns serve with the box kick. Chasing through and batting the ball back for Pollock. Pollock runs away and scores. Ankle tap, but he gets up and goes again. And Pollock, the ball was loose from the box kick. And Blondie McBlonde scoops it up. The ankle tap had nobody in cover defense to dive on him. He gets up and goes again. Henry Pollock with the try, and that could very well be the match winner for England. 15-7, kick to come. It was Roebuck who got up there in the air and batted the ball. Oh, he's looking him. He's checking himself out on the big screen. Henry Pollock onto the field in the 51st minute. 59 and a half minutes in, he's walked away with a try. Game changer. George Ford with the conversion. Oh, that's a shocker. George Ford with the conversion attempt. He wouldn't have put that over if there were 3 goalposts side by side. 15 points to 7 it remains. 20 minutes left to play. Ireland versus the All Blacks coming up after this game. Well after this game. Itoje can't secure the kickoff. Wallabies still at Fraser McWright. Starting to come into this game now. Paisami out the back for Suaalii here. The kick pass sits up for Potter. Potter throws a forward pass to Kellaway. And it is actually called. For the first time tonight. A forward pass called. 20 minutes left to play. 15 points to 7. Australia probably don't need to hit the panic button, but they're certainly playing like it. This game is in Twickenham. Allianz Stadium, Twickenham. But that is the man of the moment right there. Pollock on the field for 8 minutes and comes away with a try, a crucial try. The scrum crouches, binds. And a free kick. No, a full arm here for England. Early engagement from the Wallabies. The referees had enough. A forlorn look on the face there of the Wallabies coaching staff. as they just can't seem to make any headway at the moment. Another penalty inside the red zone. Finding touch up to halfway. Itoje claims the line out. And he's a bit isolated. Williams can't force the turnover. The Wallabies locks have been outplayed tonight. Something fierce. Williams and Frost, no match for Itoje and Chesham. Still there for England here on halfway. Mitchell with the box kick. Contestable. Itoje leads the chase. Bats it back. Fraser McWright in over the ball. Steals it away. Oh, Fraser McWright really coming into this game at the back end. Is it too little too late, though? He was very quiet for the entire first half as Australia looked to counter-attack. Edmund lays it back. Wilson picks it up from the base of the ruck. Gordon. To Alatoa. Edmund wrapping around for Paisami. Suaalii. Quick hands here, but the ball's loose on the deck. Penalty to the Wallabies. Tackled without the ball. Some quick hands there for the Wallabies backline, but Lee Lewis says, come on, England. 64 minutes gone. 15-7. Edmund puts this one into touch inside England's territory. Very slow to get to the line out. They're working out what they're going to do. I'm not sure what the deal is with the Stan Sports Channel 9 as far as but I don't think the Northern Tours have ever been on free to air. As the Wallabies go over the top and it's taken, they have the ball. Edmund to Paisami. Paisami from a standing start. Edmund back in field for Wilson. Gordon. Loose pass. Still there for the Wallabies, though. Suaalii to Paisami. Paisami driven back to halfway. 15 minutes to go. Wallabies down the short side. E.B. Williams, ahoy, mate. As the Wallabies have got their props out there now, the replacements. Robertson. Now Paisami puts it high. No one chasing. It's an easy take for Stewart at the back. And Stewart can launch a counter-attack. He goes straight through. Pollock in support. Pollock cuts back in field. And he's taken down just outside the 22. Holding on as the Wallabies ran over the top to steal it. Really poor play there from the Wallabies, though. No kick chase. And Freddie Stewart was just given acres of space. Pollock got himself a little isolated. And a relieving penalty there for the Wallabies. 66 minutes gone, 15 points to 7. Just the one try here in the second half. It was to Pollock. Despite the fact it won't show up on the... Oh, there we go. It's updated. At last. Jorgensen's done sod all right. I'm so furious at that. Whoops. Put him in my same game multi and he does nothing. Oh, here he goes. Jorgensen on the wraparound, then spills the ball. And Freddie Stewart comes up with it for England. Freeman puts the kick in. Roebuck chasing through to put pressure on. And Nick Frost gets back to save the day. Wallabies have it 5 meters out from their own line. They're falling apart here, the Wallabies. They have fallen to pieces before our very eyes. Gordon with the box kick clearance. There's no angle on it. And they're still inside their red zone. England will have the line-out throw. And it's still in the red zone. And off comes Max Jorgensen. We were just talking about how he's done absolutely nothing. And he is now off the field. And on comes Dungunu. Lonergan's on for Jake Gordon as well. And there. Okay. Salakai Loto on for Frost. Dungunu on for Jorgensen. And Lonergan on for Gordon. As the Wallabies roll out the changes in desperation. England have the attacking line-out throw. 13 minutes left to play. Cowan Dickey goes to the back. Itoje's there. England have it. Rolly Maul is set. They're starting to build good shape on this too. The Wallabies get the initial drive, but look at their shape. England. It's majestic in its formation. Pollock now gets in and helps out. England still marching forward here with this rolling maul. 15 meters out. Penalty advantage. They go to ground now with Pollock in midfield. Mitchell digs it out. Heads back to the right edge. Ford with the kick in behind the line is too heavy. And they'll come back for the penalty. And they might think about taking the 3 here. With 12 minutes left to play. Well, what does 3 points really... They haven't looked like giving up a try. What does 3 points really do for them? Put it in the corner. Put it in the corner! Corner. Yes. They already lead by beyond a converted try. Wallabies haven't looked likely. The 3 points doesn't really do too much for them. And George Ford puts this in the corner. And a 5 meter line out throw. Cowan Dickey. Up he steps. Goes quickly. Chesham brings it down. Rolling Maul set again. They had big success last... Oh, look at the shape here. England. Oh, it's a thing of beauty as they drive over the line and spill it. Well, they've lost it. I was talking it up too much, wasn't I? That's what's happened. The Rolling Maul has just barged over the line and they've spilt the ball. Fraser McWright got his hand in there, the cheeky bugger. Well, there you go. Fraser McWright, who has come into this game in the second half, got his big mitts in there and got the ball out. Try-saving effort. Ten minutes left to play. Wallabies trailing by a converted try. By beyond a converted try, sorry. 15 points to 7. Scrum sets. Defensive one here for the Wallabies. Lonergan has it at the back. The scrum's been solid. Paisami crawls across the ground and you can't do that. Gives away the penalty. Stupidity there from Paisami. Penalty to England. Now they will surely put this in the corner and go again. The rolling maul seems to be working well, and they do just that. 5 meter line out throw. Rinse and repeat. Only this time, they hope that Fraser McWright's hand doesn't get in the way. Cowan Dickey with the throw to seal the deal here for England. Uncontested ball there to the middle. The rolling maul is set. Suaalii Loto's got himself in the way here, making a nuisance of himself. So is Alatoa, but they've still got it in. Oh, that's silliness from Suaalii Loto. Penalty advantage from Mitchell. Mitchell darts over the line. Has he got it to ground? Try to England. Well, Suaalii Loto, what was he thinking? Just slapping the ball down at the back of the maul. And Australia, their discipline has just gone out the window here. Mitchell picks it up, some fancy footwork, steps off the right and absolutely breaks the ankles of Tane Edmund. I mean, not literally, I mean figuratively. Does he get it to ground here, Mitchell? Well, has he ever got this ball down, Mitchell? There. Yes, it does. Mitchell with the try. England up 20 points to 7 and looking very secure now. George Ford from the sideline. Strikes it well, but it pushes past the posts. And it remains 20 points to 7. Well, the discipline of the Wallabies, like Suaalii Loto is at the back of the maul there and slaps the ball down. And you can't do that first and foremost. Wallabies go short for Suaalii, but Stewart comes down with it here for England and lays it back. 7 minutes left to play. Told to use it. Spencer with the box kick. Spencer on from Mitchell's come straight off the field after that. Oh, and Edmonds lined up by Tom Curry. England march over the top. Australia holding on. No call from the official. Well, if that is not holding on in the ruck, then I officially don't know what is. Because Edmund never once released that ball. Wallabies now kick out on the full. Just to compound their comedy of errors. Dongunu puts it out on the full, and we've got a big problem here for one of the English players in back play. Looks like he's in a world of hurt. Oh, Tom Curry, what a hit. And then here's this replay. Tane Edmund never releases this ball. How that was not a penalty, I don't know. 6 minutes left to play. Itoje claims the line out. And the rolling maul is formed. Here come England again. Oh, it's got great shape again, England. Driving forward at will here. 15 meters out. Still going. 10 meters out now. 5. They've got fantastic shape here. Now the backs get involved. A couple of meters out. Now it starts to crab sideways. And over the line to score. Who gets up with it? Ellis Gensch. And that is definitely the ball game. 5 minutes left to play. 25 points to 7. Oh, it's Cowan Dickey who's come up with it. $25 points to 7. Kick to come. 5 minutes left to play. That is all she wrote. The fat lady, she's a singing. George Ford's off the field as well, so taking over the kicking duties and missing. So carrying on from where George Ford left off was Finn Smith, who's missed this one. 25 points to 7 it remains. England, too strong. Wallabies with the restart again, claimed by Claimed by England. Freeman has it. Lays it back. Spencer organising the troops. 4 minutes left to play. Can they get more points here, England? Not a single tick off my multi, by the way. You can't believe it. Not a single tick. Spencer controlling it at the back. Sends the box kick up. Going to land on halfway. And it's been lost by the Wallabies. Jeez, they just can't secure anything at the moment. They've fallen to pieces. Freeman now kicks in behind and puts it out on the full. But we'll come back for the knock on. Leah McKenzie. Leah McKenzie, ahoy there. Thank you very much for the kind words. Cheers. Waste of World of Sports, of course, we do this each and every weekend. Well, every weekend there's a game on. Rugby Union, Rugby League, Big Bash Cricket coming up, of course, in December. Professional wrestling. We do as much as we can. So do feel free to give us a subscribe and follow along with your favorite sports each and every week. 3 minutes left to play in this one. 25-7. England leading. We have got Ireland versus the All Blacks coming up in about 3 hours, roughly. So there is more action to come here on the Waste of World of Sports this morning. Ireland versus All Blacks. It's always a big contest, isn't it? Ireland have been able to take the fight to the All Blacks in sort of, well, what would you say, the past decade? Two and a half. Oh, yeah, we do the Formula One as well. Yes, of course. Penalty here to the Wallabies on halfway. The English front row, Stewart specifically, angling in. Take the three. 2 minutes left to play. Wallabies, fine touch. Not a lot of distance on that. They're inside England's half anyway. Hamish Stewart on the fields. Nasser on the field as well. Big Josh Nasser throws to the front. And it's loose in midfield and they've spilt it. What a shambles. What an absolute bloody shambles. England back in possession. Spencer wants troops down the short side. And another ruck is formed here. Alex Coles lays it back. Spencer now with the box kick. Australia just fell apart. Waboso chasing through. The ball is loose. It falls for Wilson. And Harry Potter comes away with it. Lonergan can't get the ball free, but he was played at, offsides. Penalty to the Wallabies. And that's a better touch finder, sending it deep into England's half. 30 seconds left to play. Nasser with the throw. Can they get a consolation try here, the Wallabies? Goes to the front. Wilson taps it down for Lonergan. Lonergan into midfield for Paisami. Wrap around here. Some quick hands, and they've lost it. Spencer puts the kick through, and it goes into touch. 10 metres the Wallabies side of halfway as their backline play breaks down again. Time is up on the clock, and Genge and Alatoa threatening to come to blows here. Alatoa has taken big offense to something that Ellis Genge has said or done. He's not a happy camper at all. Alan Alatoa and Ellis Genge about to get into it on the stroke of full time. And now it blows up in back play. The other players have decided to get involved. Salakai Loto front and center there. It started with Genge and Ala Alatoa, but now it's erupted with all the other players. Big Salakai Loto, he's everywhere. He's getting in the face of Genge now. Ellis Genge is not backing down, though. Look at him. He's a unit himself. The referee, who has had no control of this game whatsoever all night long. Let's see what he comes up with here. What's he got in his bag of tricks? He is going to give a penalty to the Wallabies. There you go. So, whatever Alatoa took offense to, he's obviously got the call. Into touch it goes. Time is up on the clock. 82 minutes have gone. Nasser throws to the front. Wallabies secure the ball through Salakai Loto. Rolling Maul was set, but now collapses. Penalty advantage to the Wallabies. We will play on. It's loose out the back for Lonergan. Stewart has a go. 7 meters out here, just to the right of the post. The ball spills over on England's side of the ruck. We come back for the penalty. Consolation try beckoning here for the Wallabies. Dungunu taps and goes, drives and burrows his way under, but he's just short. Half a metre out. They've lost it out the back here, the Wallabies. Penalty advantage to them. Quick hands down the short side, and that goes into touch. We come back for the penalty, and there's about to be a yellow card. Offside, yellow card, and it's Pollock. Blondie McBlondie gets to use the hot water in the showers nice and early. Well, actually, in rugby union, you've got to sit on the sideline, don't you? So there you go. There goes that plan. Wallabies go again. Dungunu with the pick and go. They're half a metre out. Held up over the line, and that's the match. England do not give up the consolation try. Their goal line defence, even in the 84th minute, impressive. They hold the Wallabies up over the line, and that is full time. 25 points to 7. A dominant victory for England. What a performance, England. It wasn't the greatest game of rugby ever played, that's for sure. As Genge and Alatoa have a big hug, that's what you love to see, right? Going at it on the field, but as soon as the game's over, they're all mates. I've talked about it many times before. A lot of these guys, rugby players, footy players, they're friends off the field, even from different countries. You love to see it. They were about to go at each other on the field. They've had a big hug now that the full-time siren, the final whistle is blown. You love to see it. Glenn Wood says, so if Potter didn't get an intercept, it would have been a donut. Yes, they didn't look like... There was one moment where Billy Pollard, in my multi, of course, one moment where Billy Pollard came within the hair of a bee's nut of getting across the line. He fell just short. But outside of that, the Wallabies never looked like scoring. Never looked like it. They didn't string more than... I don't think they strung more than 6 phases together once throughout the entire game. Look at these stats. Visits to the opposition, 22. 13 by England. 5 by the Wallabies. Line breaks, 13-7 in favour of England. Territory in possession, high 50s for England. The Wallabies just had no answers. No answers at all. So, we have got Ireland versus the All Blacks coming up in about 2.5 hours' time. Oh, yeah, top of the table. Let's have a look. Who's the MVP for this? It is Geordie. Oh, he's well and truly out in front there, Geordie. Our MVP for this evening. With Aussie John in second and Glenn Woods in third. South Africa are 26-0 over Japan at halftime. So, yeah, I'm going to have a rest, a little bit of a rest and a relax. And we will be back here on the Waste of Water Sports for Ireland versus the All Blacks. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Hope to see you there as well. As I said, if this was your first time hanging out and partying here at the Waste of Water Sports, would very much appreciate a like and subscribe. Apparently, that's the thing that you do here on YouTube. So, that'd be cool. Excuse me. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys next time. About 2.5 hours, we'll be back. Ireland versus the All Blacks over in America. 25 points to 7. England far too strong here tonight. Catch you very, very soon. Like I said, Ireland, All Blacks coming up. Until then, cheers.